an episode one week because Bethany forgot to record like 75% of it.
Oh my God. Okay. So yeah, that's what happened. And then I just
I'm gonna make sure I look at the live, and then we're like, "Oh wait, are we live?" No, we're not live. We're just recording.
no, we posted that one.
Yeah. But
Yes. Yeah.
the week before there was no episode because we were doing the live stream with Winnie, and so we were kind of crushed for time. And then we realized you forgot to hit record for like 75% of the episode, so we just scrapped it.
So,
Yep.
Hi everybody, welcome to Happy Hour with Bougie and Mark. I'm Bethany. This is Mark.
What's up?
If you don't mind, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps. And follow Mark on Twitter because he finally got on the Twitter bandwagon recently. And I will put his screen name here. It's what, McCusty 1038?
Yeah. And I had 27 followers for the longest time. So
how many do you have now?
I think like 175, 180, something like that. I don't know. Somewhere in that range.
A long road. Oh yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram too.
New York Post, thanks for that sex dolls post.
That was amazing.
It was pretty crazy. For people that don't know, I put it in one of my Around the Web articles, but soccer is being played in, is it North Korea or South Korea? I don't know.
Whichever
I
one.
forget. I forget which one, but I think it's South Korea. Pretty sure. So they're playing soccer there, and they're not allowing fans. So for TV and stuff, a lot of people, like sports teams, have put like cutouts of people and stuff to make it look normal. Otherwise, it's just like empty seats.
Yeah.
So somebody on the team had a great idea of putting dolls in the stands and the watchers, which I don't know if this says more about the person that put the dolls there or the people that watch the games, but they called in to complain that they use sex dolls in the stadium.
That they were sex dolls.
Yeah. And they even had like masks on them and stuff. It's like you really had to like know your merchandise to be able to call them out on that. Like, hey, that's the Jenny 2000. That's a great model. Like,
yeah, that's knowledge right there. Like that's inside knowledge.
But it was like it was an amazing story. Like, I think like the Washington Post even covered it and stuff, which I thought was kind of funny because they're like, New York Post does they're basically like the Inquirer of big newspapers, but Washington Post is one of the more serious papers. So I was kind of surprised at that, but I got a good laugh out of it. I thought it was, is there anything more 2020 than using sex dolls as fake fans?
With masks.
Yeah. We're going to make it super legit that if there were people here, they would be wearing masks.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's very interesting. Right up my alley.
So Amex recently changed, which I know we're going to talk about. They changed to a 4-card limit from a 5-card limit, which technically they were always like, they were a 4-card limit a long time ago. So it's kind of like going back to the mean or the norm or whatever. So I reached out to Amex on Twitter to confirm because there was a lot, there's speculation and stuff, but nobody knew for sure what was going on. So I just sent them a tweet and said, hey, do you guys have a new limit? Credit cards does it include charge cards? Because people were thinking including charge cards. And they tweeted back and they said, yes, there's a 4-card limit. There's a 10-card limit on charge cards. So they're separate items. So you can have 4 credit cards, 10 charge cards. So that was huge news because if it included charge cards, people would be screwed. You wouldn't be able to get any new bonuses or anything. So yeah. So back to the Amex 4-card thing. Like, how many credit cards do you have with Amex right now? I know you have like you have platinum and stuff, charge cards, but how many actual credit cards do you have?
Blue, 2 Hilton's, Bonvoy. Could that be it?
Could be. I mean, you don't have like an everyday card, like Everyday Preferred or
Everyday Blue Cash.
You got the Everyday Blue Cash. You don't have the Blue Business Plus?
No.
Okay. Yeah, so you're at like the 4 right now. So if you wanted to grab a new one, like let's say you wanted to get the Blue Business Plus, which like everybody should have. You're slacking, but
only 2. It's 2 membership rewards points per dollar, right?
Yeah. Yep. On everything. All that stuff you earn in one time for $1, you could be.
So yeah, those are accidental purchases only.
Yeah.
the one-timers. But yeah, I should probably have that card. I've been meaning to, and I have a good referral offer for it, so I think I'm gonna sign up. So
Yeah, because I think there's no sign up bonus if you do it regular, but I think there's like a 10K sign up bonus, and then if you use like a friend's referral or your spouse's referral or whatever, there's like a 20K referral out there. So it's technically like a 30,000 sign up bonus if you're in the two-player system.
yep. So I found one that was 25.
On which card?
That ever the business.
That would be the Blue Business Plus.
Oh, it's a long day, okay?
Does Steve have that or
No, no, no. He has he has the gold like referral on both of
yeah?
his gold cards. So I don't know what it is, but for some strange reason, all of Steve's referrals are like supercharged. They're
Yeah.
like on steroids every time. I found 75K for the business gold using
Oh,
his.
that's nice.
It's like I'm constantly finding them. I just got 45 on the Amex Green Card. Like
Yeah.
it's like constant, and he has offers that I've never seen or heard of before. So I don't know like why they want him to refer
Refer people?
so badly. I have no idea. And then like the coolest thing is that they credit the referral like 2 days later now.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
got yeah, we did a referral like a week ago and it was like they got approved, not the next day, but the following day, 10,000 or 15,000, I forget what it was. Points hit Kirsten's account. So it's
it's
pretty
amazing.
sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
And that,
it's a good and a bad thing because it's like a product of what's happening. So
yeah.
like, they're so on top of stuff that their processes are like way more efficient, you know? And
But that's
so
I
yeah,
think that's the game that people were playing that when they brought out the 10 car charge card limit, everybody's like, why would anybody need more than 10 anyway? Because I think they were doing the referral game and you're maxing out, you get like 5 referrals per card. So
yeah,
you have all these charge cards, you get more referrals, and then they would just like refer back and forth, even if you've had the card before. Like let's say you've gotten the green card like a year ago, you won't get the sign up bonus, but if you're getting like a 25, 30K referral,
it's
you
essentially
just
a sign-up bonus.
yeah, and you're not and there's no spend. So you just refer 25K to your spouse, sign up for card, you get to 25K and you don't have to spend a dollar.
Mm,
So that's where all that came from, I think.
You
And
know,
that's where a lot of people got shut down for referral abuse, I think. But
wow, yeah, I never even occurred to me to be honest.
yeah,
Huh.
it's pretty crazy. If you ever like, you're like, okay, now I'm gonna go back and look at these 25K referrals. Maybe I'll just get like one of those no fee cards and just get 30K for putting my name on something.
Huh. I mean, I've got ideas now because I'm already planning my exit strategy.
Yeah.
So I mean, for one of the players, player two has like a 500,000 point balance,
Yeah.
and I'm scared. Even though,
Yeah.
like, I try to be way more. I think all of us travel people are way more conservative with our spouses' accounts because we don't care about their rewards as much. Is
Yeah.
that? Is
Isn't
that
it weird that if it's in your account, it feels better? Like I canceled a flight and I forget who I booked it with. And then I see like Kirsten's account balance goes up by like 25,000 miles. And I'm like, oh, I really wanted that in my account. It's like, it doesn't matter. She never
I
even,
know.
she hasn't logged into one of her accounts ever. Like it's still my account.
I know it literally makes no difference, but for some reason, if you like everybody that you speak to is the same. They're like, "Oh yeah, my player choose account." Like they either abuse it like to no end, or they don't. It's like an afterthought, you know.
Which doesn't make sense either because if you like get shut down for abuse on your account, your player two is getting shut down anyway. So
By some of them, for sure.
yeah, yeah, for like for the most part. So it's like you might as if you're going hard, you might as well go hard on both. But
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah, that's the fear with Amex now is like they're cracking down on so much stuff. Everybody, if you have a big balance, you're doing anything that's somewhat considered gaming, you're worried about it. And I know you're not really doing that much, so I don't think that you're gonna have like an issue, but it's still something that you think about. Um, and that's probably what they want, really.
Yeah. Well,
people people to be scared away.
right. Well, I've always thought that with Amex, like I earned my keep with them. But this year, that proved to not be true, you
Yeah,
know?
they don't care.
Like, they did not try to even take care of me on any of my cards. Um, I got a cute message from, like, a gentleman the other day who is not he's more in the casino space, not, like, the credit card space.
Mhm.
He sent me the cutest message saying, "On another note, I got 5,000 membership rewards points for, like, keeping my" I forget which card it was, and he was like, "I think it's because I was an Amex member since 1976."
Back when they didn't even give me anything. I love all the people that have had cards forever and like still spend on like they pay like $200 for their Amex Gold and
Yep,
earn no rewards. And it's like mind-boggling that
amazing.
people pay $200 to carry a card that gives you nothing. Like, what is the
Mhm.
point?
I don't know, I really don't
Because
know,
it
but
used to be a status, like growing up, like my dad, it was a status symbol. If you had an Amex, you like were considered a legit person. And so they'd pay for that. And now it's like, oh, and I remember my grandpa like flipping through their membership rewards catalog and ordering like a Bose system with his points and stuff. Like,
that's the most.
yeah, he got like this huge surround, like a $3,000 surround sound system with his membership rewards points. And I'm like, I don't even know how many he spent on that, but I'm sure it was like astronomical.
Oh god, it was probably like 3,000,000. He's so my grandpa asked me what he could do with like 2,000,000 City Diamond points. And I was like, "Grandpa, like, how long have you had this account?" You know, like he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I've had it forever. Grandma like set it up for me or whatever." So I'm pretty sure he's gonna die with them. But
Will them to me, Grandpa. That's what you can do with them. And then I'll figure out what the heck City Diamond points.
yeah, like I would have been more excited if he was like, "Thank you points," but I was like, "Diamonds, ugh, like I have to go figure that out." It can't be like a good thing, you know?
Get the maybe if he gets like the premiere, you can transfer him into ThankYou or something. I don't know. But isn't that crazy? There's so many people out there that probably have like million
Mhm.
point balances and have no idea what to do with them. They're just like, I'll just spend my money and whatever.
Uh-huh.
I don't even care about these things. Like, who cares? That's why I think like 90% of America should just get a City double cash card and call it a day and be done with it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because most of them like come from the camp of one credit card,
Yep.
you
One
know?
or two. Yep. I think the average is like two and a half Americans. And one's for like, oh, this is what I'm spending on. And the other ones, oh, this is the balance I need to pay off.
Mhm. Mm,
Back to the four credit card thing. I think I'm at four, and I think Kirsten's at four right now. But we both have a Delta business card that I'll close
okay.
when that comes up because it's our first year. So we'll close that. So I'll have a spot.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm not too worried about it. And I really haven't been like applying for Amex all that much. So it's not a huge deal to me, but anybody that has like five cards, like let's say you're spending for Delta status and you have, the business and the personal of both the platinum and the reserve card because you're putting the spend on it to hit uh Delta status every year. That's already four slots, you can't really get anything else. So I know for some, especially if since business cards are included, I think if anybody has a couple business cards, it definitely is, something that they have to think about. Makes it a little bit tougher, but at
But
least you
are
can get 10 charge cards.
credit cards even like are they keepers unless you're not using them for status?
Which cards? The Delta cards?
No, like any of the Amex credit cards.
Yeah, I'd say like the everyday preferred or everyday
Yeah,
blue cash, just
yeah,
because
I
the
mhm.
grocery bonus.
That's like my
And then
oldest account, yeah.
yeah, and then like the Hilton cards, I'll keep Hilton cards just because like the Surpass for the 15K spend, Aspire if you want, um, diamond status, and then I'll like play the upgrade downgrade game with one of them. So those will probably always have two slots in my. I mean, I downgraded my Aspire card now to the no fee card, but I'll keep that hoping for an upgrade offer. So I'll always have like two spots will be Hilton cards. And if I
Okay.
think it, I think if you're a Hilton fan, you're probably going to be in the same boat.
Why not just one of the
Well,
like, why not keep
Aspi-
one upgrade, downgrade?
well, I want a Surpass all the time because I want to
Mhm.
hit that 15K free night. I think that's good. If you're getting the free night and you're spending, if you can like MS at grocery or whatever, you're getting like a 5% return on your spend going that route.
Mhm.
So I'll always have that. And then the Aspire card is one that I'll upgrade, downgrade because Aspire pretty much pays you to take the card
Yeah.
when it's non-pandemic times.
Yeah.
So, so I think like that will be the one that I'll upgrade, downgrade, depending. Like if there was no pandemic, I would have just kept it. I probably wouldn't play the game.
Mhm.
Um, but I'll keep the no fee, hoping for an upgrade offer. And then the rest is kind of like a rotating. I think I've gotten most of the credit cards to be honest. So I don't know if there's much for me. Like I can get charge cards, but I don't think there's much left in the credit card realm for me to get.
Yeah, I feel like there are not that many anymore. Like, I'm trying to think, are there any that I haven't really had? And it's basically just the Delta business cards, which I'll get next year. And
I think
then
I think the only Delta cards I haven't got is the two Delta reserves, like the personal and business.
Mhm. I haven't gotten those either.
Um, Kirsten has the Blue Business Plus, which I don't have, so I'll have to get that. And then what's the other one? I had it and then I forgot it. Oh, Hilton Business. I still got to get that for the 150K offer.
Yes. Yes,
And
yes,
then
yes.
that has a 15K free night too. So that would be like, if I do get that, do I keep that over the Aspire and just go for 2 free nights? I don't know. I don't know because gold status gets me almost as much as diamond. So I don't feel like diamond status is worth that
Diamond
much
gets
more.
nothing. That's
Yeah.
like a fallacy.
Internationally, like you get a little bit more.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what I like about that I actually never even like considered is that you don't have to think about spending on Aspire.
Hmm.
'Cause you're not spending 60K to get the free night, right?
Yeah. No, I don't
So
know.
you're getting your free night and all that. And like if you can make use of the credits and stuff, great. I don't
Yeah, I put like no spend on it. Like besides cash at Hilton stays for the 12 time earning,
know.
there's no other thing I put. I mean, restaurant 7 time, if you don't have another restaurant card, is
Right.
pretty decent. But other than that, like it just sits in my drawer and I just use it for perks. So I do like that. Like you said, like if you're
Yeah.
maxing out the perks, you're coming out ahead. So it's kind of like it's like a no brainer sock drawer card, unlike most sock drawers that cards
Right.
that don't get you anything really. Um, so yeah, that's the I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, I guess. But it
Yeah,
is what it
exactly.
is. Yeah.
So I'm in an interesting credit card position right now because, well, obviously everything that's going on has made things like different. So like
Yeah.
I had a plan, and now it's like, great. I don't know why I spent all this time like coming up with a master plan that I'm not even going to be able to use now. So I'm now eligible for pretty much every city bonus. So thank you, American.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm eligible for Sapphire and I have the preferred. So I'm thinking I'll downgrade
To a
or
freedom.
like a
Yeah.
freedom and then get the bonus again. But like, there's so many moving parts right now.
Yeah.
And then when you think about like the fact that I already have 700,000 like Amex points that I need to do something with, and like, don't even get me started on the only balance that I have that's under 100K is ThankYou. And it's because it's a testament to how much I hate their website.
I,
And she said it was better.
I
It's not. It's not.
I have 0 thank you points right now.
Really?
0.
Not like none.
Like 0.
Don't you have a double cash?
Yeah, I mean, I have like $100 in cash back right now. Nothing like major. And I do have a premiere. I held a premiere because cities is weird that if you cancel a card, it resets the clock, which is stupid and annoying. Even if you downgrade, it potentially resets the clock. So
Right.
I like a couple months ago, I paid for the second year of the premiere just so it lessens the time
Mm-hmm.
before I can get another one. Because basically, what I do with City Points is I get the premiere like every 2 years, get the 60K, um, use them in the portal for like non-point hotel stays or something like that, or booking like a cash flight. That's a good deal. And the
Mm-hmm.
portal's going away soon. I mean, I know you're getting 3 time grocery on the premiere, but you're losing the 1.25 cents cash out on the portal.
Yeah.
So they're worth even less to me because I don't really. I mean, I
That's
don't really like any of their
a
partners.
ridiculous change in my opinion, but
So
it
I've
makes
never I've
me
never
order
spent
the
any
book.
time on them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I take the bonus and run, basically. So I don't think you're missing out.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I guess probably my first stop, even though I would like for it to be the city cards to get it over with. That's how much I hate city. Like, I think of it as like the worst chore ever. Okay, so yesterday, this is oh,
Ah!
so much. Yesterday I messaged the business support like chat, and I'm like, "Hi, my city advantage platinum business something whatever card that is, right? It's the,
Yeah,
the city
yeah.
advantage.
The AA business card, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I'm like, this card is the annual fee just came due and I want to close it. But meanwhile, it was at the 30-day mark, of course, because that's
Mhm.
I cancel cards.
That's so Bethany.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I remember, we're like, it's like I'm way ahead of the curve. So I felt like good about it. So I messaged them. 30 minutes goes by and the chick comes back and says, "Hey, we actually can't do certain things for business cards on this chat. Here's the number to call." I'm like, "Ugh,
Here's a
calm down.
2-hour wait for you. Go for it.
Why did you even let me spend half an hour sitting here? Like you didn't know that when I said, 'Hey, I want to close my business card?'" So then I'm like, "Wait, so you physically like you're incapable of closing it? Like technically?" And she was like, "Yes."
I think they have like an don't they
Yeah,
have like an
so
automated closure system though? City? I don't know if that's City or Amex or somebody does. Like if you call in and say
what is
close,
the
they'll just like do it.
and then but then you still have to get your money back. Well, I guess it's only $95, but yeah, I still want my
Yeah,
95
they'll
bucks.
they should auto refund it if it's within the 30 days. So, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's more soothing to talk to a human and be like, "You're gonna give me my money back, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, right. That and like a
Okay, so City, I reached out to them via chat because I canceled some bookings that I had made, and it went back to my City AA card because I was working on like a min spend for it. Um, so I had like a negative $120 balance, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll send it out." And it took them like 2 weeks to take the balance off and to send me the check, and I was like, "What? Like, why? Why is this so difficult? Why are
wait,
you taking so long?"
did I ever tell you what they did to me?
No.
Okay. They refunded my annual fee on a prestige card like a few years ago. I forget what the situation was, but it ended up like I paid it twice. They refunded it 3 times. It was some like crazy situation.
Some Citibank type of move
Exactly.
with
So
an S.
yeah, so they send me like checks. Obviously, I'm not a person who is good at keeping track of things. I deposit the check, right? A few
Yeah.
weeks later, Chase sends me a letter saying like we had to return this check for insufficient funds. So I got hit with I got hit with a $12 fee from Chase, a $34 fee from Chase it used to be. And then here's the best part, Citi tried to charge me interest on the $450 annual fee.
So then they put like a stop on the check or something when you went after they sent it, basically.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah. And then they're trying to get money from me and I was just like, "You owe me $50." I don't owe you money. No. It was crazy.
Oh, City is the worst. Now, I will say Bank of America's website is even
And
worse,
honestly, I hated them,
but City's terrible.
but the business one, right?
Yeah, Bank of America, like, if you have a business account, it, like but for regular if you just have the, regular personal cards, it's fine, but as soon as you add a business card, it gets all, like, jacked up. When you try to pay the business card, you can't just go, "Pay my bill," you have to go to, like, send a payment in, and then you have to type in your, credit card number and, like, send it like you're sending, like, a third party payment. It's so bizarre.
No.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And I just signed up for that their travel eraser business card. So I'm like, yeah, bring on the punishment.
Travel eraser?
Yeah, like their travel rewards or whatever, where like you get a 30,000 point bonus, but it's like a venture card where you wipe off travel charges with it.
Right, like the Arrival.
Yep, yep. So it's their version. It's the one that earns like 1.5
Mhm,
points on everything, but then if you're a platinum member, it earns like 2.625 or whatever. If you want to put 100K in the account.
mhm.
Um, so it's a decent card if you bank or if your retirement funds and stuff are with Merrill Lynch or whatever, then
Yep.
it's a decent card to have. But I'm just getting it I got it for the $300 bonus.
Why not?
Yeah, I was like, it's business. It doesn't count towards 524, $300. I'll give it a try.
I have to start doing more of that. Like, I'm not maximizing things lately. Oh, so that's one of the things I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So, the quarantine pandemic, this whole situation has been pretty crappy for most people.
Hmm.
It has given me like a new life, an opportunity to like breathe when it comes to travel rewards because everything got reset.
Yep.
So, like, nothing's expiring. I don't have any free nights that I like need to worry about using.
Yeah,
Like
because you sent me a message like, where should I stay with my because you have one more uncapped IHG cert and stuff, and you're
yep,
trying to and so many people just like plan travel around using that instead of losing it.
right.
And now you get like a new lease on life, another year to use it. So
Well, actually, that one is only good till November.
oh, that's
That's
right. They only did 6 months because it's
yeah,
IHG.
yeah, that was the one. But I had like 5 expiring Marriott nights.
So now you're gonna have 10 next year.
Yeah. Well, no, because I started canceling those cards.
Oh, okay.
I want nothing to do with them. Um, Started cashing out my points for gift cards.
You're like, screw you,
Outrageous.
Marriott. I'm gonna make you pay for this.
Literally, I cashed out like 500,000 Bomboy points for gift cards, Alaska miles, like a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I don't care because I still have a whole bunch, but I only need, here's my theory. I only need enough for one 5-night award stay at each hotel program because like you're gonna
Yeah.
you keep earning them. You earn at a high rate.
Hmm.
So like what do I need to have in the bank like more than like 5 nights? Maybe
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
That's
For
my new lease on this crap after this because I'm like great, what am I gonna do with like all 5 million of these stupid points? Like
Yeah, and there's always the chance that they get downgraded or whatever. So there's
Mhm.
no point in like just amassing massive amounts of. I know people that are like they have 15 million points and they're still MSing like a fiend, and it's like, what's the point? Like they're like, I want to save for like retire. This is my retirement fund for travel, and it's like by the time you retire, they're going to be worth a lot less. So
Yeah.
why? Yeah, like use them for do cash back or get money or whatever, and put that into a retirement account
Yes. Yes.
and then use that money to travel. Like there's so many better ways. Like, but I think we get addicted to earning points, and we chase them. We chase MS. We chase the sign up bonuses. Like sometimes we just get free items just because we can. Like we know hacks on how to get free stuff. Like
Yeah.
I have like 4 Google home things in my in my garage that I got just because they were free. I don't want them. I don't need them. I'm like, I'll give them away for like gifts or something. But like, I already have an Echo Dot in like every room because I got them for like $8. But but now I have these Google things just because I could.
Can we tell the story about Stu or Stu? What was that?
Yeah, yeah, we can. Okay, so these are like the little Googles, like the Echo Dot style Googles, but there was a deal where you could sign. Was it the Washington Post? No, it was the New York Times. New York Times. So there was a deal where you could sign up for the New York Times, and they made a big boo boo where you only had to sign up for 1 month, which was like $15 or something like that. I forget what it was.
Mhm.
So you sign up for like a month, and then they send you a Google Home thing, which was like 125 bucks at the time.
Yep.
And so I did it, and then I wrote an article about like how I canceled after a month, and basically got this thing for 15 bucks. And this ex-employee of New York Times like went crazy on my post saying like the New York Times is the last good news space left and you're stealing from them and all this stuff. And I was like, hey, like they have lawyers, attorneys, they're like $1 billion corporation or owned by a billionaire at least. I don't know how much the actual Times is worth, but I'm like, this is a big organization. They have attorneys and everything. And I know they like quadruple check these terms. So somebody messed up
Mhm.
or whatever. Like it should have been for a year subscription, but
Yeah.
you messed up. I gave it a try. If I thought it was worth it after, reading it, I would have kept paying it, but it wasn't worth it. Like I followed the terms. How are you gonna get mad at me?
Right.
So he didn't stop there. He joined our Facebook group. It got in there and then
Sorry.
started just like writing posts about how I'm a terrible human being for this. So we looked him up and on like LinkedIn or something, it came to like we found out that he used to be like worked for the Times and I think he like used to run the promotions department or something. So
Oh, I thought he just, like, had worked there. I didn't realize.
no, yeah, he was like involved. He was like a manager of like that type of like that segment, like promotions or something like that. So I'm sure he knew whoever messed up.
Oh, of course. Well, I was thinking it's probably, like, his daughter or something.
Yeah,
He's
I think he like did it on Twitter too. Like he attacked us from all angles, and it's like, dude, chill out.
and then when we looked him up, we saw that he worked for the Times at some point. So we were like, because at first you're, like, joking around, like, "What do you work for them? Is it coming out of your paycheck?" You know?
Yeah.
And like, well, maybe.
It was like the hardest working troll I've ever run into. So what's up, Stu? How you doing? Hope
Yep.
hope you and the Times are doing okay.
Stu will be happy to know that they did make their money off of me.
Yeah, because you forgot to cancel, right?
Oh, on 2 different accounts. Yeah. Mhm.
What was the other one? There was one for like an Apple TV. If you did like a Direct TV 30 like 90-day trial or whatever.
I did that too. Yep.
And I think did you forget to cancel that too?
You know what? I did, but I ended up keeping that one because it was, like, my only option at the time, and I was like, "Well, I already paid for it."
Yeah.
So,
And I had hoped I liked it better because it's like I think it was like 30 bucks a month normally or
yeah.
whatever.
It was yeah, it ended
Um,
up being, like, 45, so I ended up canceling it when they upped it to, like, 55,
yeah.
but that
Because
one
it's like cable streaming. So if it had worked out, it would have been perfect because it would have been a lot cheaper than our cable bill. So I actually gave that like a legit shot.
yeah,
Just our internet wasn't good enough it would always drop out or disconnect or whatever.
I had somebody
So
do that too, yeah.
yeah, so the funny story on that is I did this because it came up and I took advantage of the offer and we were leaving for like a week, like the next week that they're gonna get delivered. So I put like this like a big storage bin outside with a note on it, like put deliveries in here because those Apple TVs were like 150 bucks at the time. We were getting two of them because I signed up for both accounts. So I'm like, I don't want you just leaving these one out where
Yeah,
they could get wet. And two, people love stealing packages in like California and
especially
stuff.
if it's an Apple box, like, you're screwed.
Yeah. So so I put this note on it and they set it right next to the door, like right next to the bin that says, please put deliveries inside. But we came home and both boxes were there and it was fine. But I'm like, really? Like it
It's so
couldn't be
ridiculous.
any clearer.
Yeah, no, that's so ridiculous. Oh,
So luckily I don't live in California because that stuff would have gotten stolen. Have you ever watched those videos of Mark Rober where he puts like a bomb inside a package for package thieves? Oh
no.
my god.
Wait,
Yeah,
who?
go to
Mark who?
Mark Rober, Rober. He used to work for like NASA and stuff, and now he's a YouTuber, like a super big one. And he only makes like one video a month normally, and he does all this crazy stuff. So he did this thing where he made this package and it had four cell phones in it. So when people opened up the package, it looked like it was like Bose headphones or something. They open up the package, and there's 4 cell phones on the inside, so they see a camera from all angles. So they see these people,
Oh
and
gosh.
then as soon as they open it, a confetti bomb goes off. So like confetti sprays
I
everywhere. And then and then like 10 seconds later, like fart spray, like the worst fart spray ever sprays out. And then it goes off like every like 15 seconds. So they throw it in their trash so they can go pick up this bomb and like reuse it. So they go find where like they have GPS in it and stuff. They go to people's house and pull it out of the trash. And then like he added like where it's like, all right, it like sounds like cops like we're going to the address now. We found the people that stole the packet. Like so all these people are freaking out. Some people like open it in their car and it goes like
I can imagine.
other people take it home and they're all like, what the so it's like the best thing ever. But he does a ton of crazy videos.
Oh, I have to watch this.
Yeah. So it's funny.
That sounds amazing. That reminds me of my favorite guy. Have you ever seen, well, it's not like my favorite, but Steve loves him. There's a guy who like walks up to people in stores and like goes, "Oh my God," or like,
That's all he does.
that's all he does. That's it. Like, right? Like he gets like really close up into their ear, like, and just like very slowly like whispers it, and then films
And
the
somebody else
reaction.
is like filming it from behind him or whatever. Do people like punch him and stuff or what?
Oh my God. They're so like people get so mad.
Reminds me of the guy that like, did you see the YouTuber that like kissed his sister?
No. What?
Because so he left YouTube for a while and comes back and he's like, all right, so I have to do something big. I'm gonna make out with my sister. And they go like full tongue, everything.
Why?
But it comes out that this chick's really not his sister, I think.
All right, well, that helps.
I think that's what, what it ended up being. But like the fact that you would portray it and this chick, like they find her Instagram and they start giving her all these hate messages on Instagram, like you dirty incest.
Yeah. Ugh.
But it's like, what were you thinking? Like, oh,
Yeah, what did you think the reaction was gonna be other than like shock and then like appalled?
because it was like full on for like 20 seconds. Like,
Ew, that's so I would have.
but it worked because you got all this coverage and people talking about him and whatever. But it's still like it's kind of the world we live in these days.
I guess no press is bad press.
What people will do for fame. No shame in fame.
Wow. All right, I gotta up my game here. That
Is
part
that funny that like people will listen to like family member or like non-family members or listen to like somebody you don't know better because they like to take your advice for granted or whatever? Like,
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
sometimes I'm offended, because I'm like, wait, you know that I do this.
yeah.
Like,
I get
why
more
didn't
pissed
you ask me first?
like other parents at like school and stuff. They'll like do stuff. I'm like, oh, like really? Like my
Yeah.
buddy, my one good buddy, his dad signed up for like a venture card because his daughter-in-law told him to, who also is a parent at our school. Like my buddy and then his brother and his sister-in-law were all families at the same school. So he looks at his dad, he's like, Dad, you know Mark does this for a living. Why would you ask Jess what, what card to get? Why wouldn't you just say, hey, Mike, what card should I get? I'll ask Mark, like so I've given up. I've
Okay,
given up
but
on
then
all
on
that
the
stuff.
other side of yeah, like how much time have you wasted giving good
Oh,
advice? Like
yeah.
good, reasoned, thorough advice
Yeah.
that is
You know how many
never
times
gonna
I've
get followed. So I almost prefer
you know how many
that.
times I've written out an email of how to get to Disney for free or whatever, and they don't listen to any of it?
It's a Disney ad.
Because that's what everybody see. Like they see we go to like Florida like normally like every 3 months, 4 months or whatever, and we're at Disney all the time and we're not spending any money on it. That's the only reason we go. Because if I had to buy the tickets, I wouldn't go.
Right.
Um, so they're like, "How do you do it? What do you do it?" And I'm like, "Okay, do this, that." And then they're like, "Well, I did this," and or that sounds way too hard. Or I'm like, "Okay, don't ask me anymore, please."
Yeah, no more, no mas. I have a new rule. If you have not signed up with one of my referral links,
I'm
and
not
like,
gonna spend my time. Yeah,
yeah, this is like the second to third or fourth card you're asking me about, I don't
yeah,
know. You
yeah,
should probably check
100%.
referralguide.com. That's
Did you see?
very
I love they're like reviewing like the I can't even think of like the
oh
name
god,
like
DM.
the Sunbasket debit card. Have you guys seen this Speedway rewards card? It's really good.
Wait, the Sunbasket debit card is easily my new favorite, like, joke. I think it was the G.
Did you know Grubhub has a credit card? You should get it.
We have to look because I need to
Yeah.
know.
Finger Hut.
Wait, you're kidding, right?
No, there's better options out there. Finger Hut credit card issued by web bank. I wonder if like their logo is this with like a little.
The finger banging credit card review is at
No, that'd be this.
I'm gonna come up with like the 20 worst credit cards that like exist. And I think as a spoof, I think I'm really gonna do this.
Yeah, I think it would be good. I think
And
people
like
would enjoy
every
it.
day why you shouldn't have this stupid card.
I think people would enjoy it a lot, to be honest. I think
Yeah,
that'd be a fun
right.
one.
And
Maybe do like 5 because 20 is a bit much.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm working on exaggerating.
I did see you post that. I did see. I know I said 5 minutes. It's really like 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I do. I have a knack for exaggerating
I
numbers.
think everybody does. It's just natural. Like when I say I'm gonna be there in 2 seconds, I mean 33 minutes, okay?
Okay, so I'm actually not bad with time
Okay.
because I
That's
do
good.
believe
That's
in
what
going.
most people are the worst at. Like, I'll be there in 15 minutes, an hour later, they're like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, I think that is very rude. Oh, okay, so I know you didn't watch golf last week.
Yep.
Are you watching this week?
To be honest, I didn't even know it was a thing until you told me. I had heard like them talking about it or bringing it up, but I didn't know when it was going on. I haven't like paid attention to anything, which is just part like in a little bunker
Mhm.
buried, not I don't know. So I'll probably turn it on if it's this week. Is it this weekend?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah, I'll turn it on.
aren't you, like, just dying for competition? Like, last week,
I
I
know, but
couldn't
it's
have,
not
like
like for
I ordered
anything though. It's kind of
I
like
don't know,
I mean to watch Tom Brady suck it up will be entertaining for sure, but like
it's gonna be the best thing ever. Oh my god, I can't
I
wait.
do hope Peyton
Okay,
wins because I always like Peyton. I like Peyton a lot.
oh, well, okay, so that's why would that have been a good gift for you? I was like, I could send him a gift card, but, like, a bet is so much more fun. And then if I give him a
And you
bet
know I would have watched so we could have
for
talked about it.
exactly. Well, that and my evil thinking behind it was that you would have to root for Tiger.
Oh, because you
Because
would bet on Tiger.
because him yeah, so Tiger and Peyton are
Even though I'm a Phil guy.
well, yeah, but okay, do you like Phil better more than you hate Brady? No freaking way.
No, no,
Exactly.
no,
Like,
no.
Phil is great. I freaking love him too, but
Yeah.
no way I like him as much as I dislike Brady.
So what are the teams then? Is it Tiger
Tiger
and Peyton?
and Peyton
Okay.
and Phil and, Brady.
I think they did that on purpose. Like, because if they put Peyton and um uh Phil together, they know everybody would love that team.
Yep.
Now they divided it, so you're like, oh, well, I hate that guy. But do I hate that guy more, or do I like that guy more than I hate that guy? Like, you're torn on who you want to root for.
No, only no. there's like a very small subset of people who don't appreciate the magic of Tiger. And you are one of them, which I don't understand. Like, I understand why women don't, or like,
Yeah.
like those people. Um, but yeah, why like a competitor would not root for Tiger is beyond me. I don't get it. I can't understand it. I don't.
Well, it's the same thing like Michael Jordan. I always hated Michael Jordan when I was growing up because Pistons fan or whatever. So
Hmm.
they always like butted heads. But then when I got older and when he came back and played for the Wizards and stuff,
Mhm.
I rooted for him then. And then you appreciate like his greatness. And then like I watched The Last Dance and stuff, and you get like inside like his competitive drive was insane.
Mhm.
Um,
Well,
just his will to win. Like he wanted to win like a seventh or an eight. Like
yeah.
usually people be like, "Hey, I won three. That's cool. Whatever. Like I'm good. I'll take a break."
Yep.
He'd be in the gym like the next day. So that's insane. I don't know. Tiger just feels fake to me. Like everything about him feels fake. Like and like so done up. Like I think in real life he's probably like a jerk, but he tries to make it seem like he's a good guy, and it's all like cultivated fakeness.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So that's why. Like his golf game, respect it for sure.
Mm,
100%. I mean, one knock on him is he only wins as a front runner most pretty much all the time. I think the Masters was the first time he came from behind, which
mhm.
was more everybody around him completely crapped the bed.
That
He
was
didn't he didn't even really play well. It was just everybody got like Brooks Koepka's never choked in his life, but he just completely fell apart.
that was all Francisco Molinari putting how many balls in the
Yeah,
in
like I
that
think
water?
that's legit. Like everybody saw it and they're like,
It
"What
was
is going on?"
it was like 3 balls in the water.
It reminded me of Jordan Spieth like a couple years ago, where he was just like, "I'm like Jordan, what are you doing, dude?"
I know. I was
Uh,
driving home from Atlantic City from, the first Gamblepalooza, and I did, like, the Irish goodbye. I didn't say goodbye to anybody because I really wanted to, like, get in the car and, like,
ghosted you.
yeah,
Peace.
I tried to, like, get home for but we ended up getting stuck in traffic, and I just remember, like, thinking, "Not a chance," and then all of a sudden, like, 2 balls were definitely in the water, and we were like, "Whoa, Tiger's gonna win," like,
Yeah, and he's the only one that's like, "Oh, maybe I should go up a club." Like, really?
oh
Nobody else thought of this?
my god, yeah.
Just get it over. Even if you hit it like over the green into the pines, it rolls down. Like,
Yeah,
just get it over.
that was so bad.
Oh,
Oh,
Spieth was just as bad though from a couple years ago because he was on such a tear where he was like winning everything, and he was up by I think he was up by a couple strokes, and he just like plunk plunk plunk. I'm like, dude, just get it over. It's
yeah.
like 130 yards. Come on.
Wait, have you ever seen the one that is, in arguably the worst, fall ever, like, during a tournament? I forget what
Which
the
one?
guy's name is. Um,
Greg Norman, the shark.
is that the like, where everything like, he had a six-stroke lead and, like, everything that could have happened bad happened to him in,
I
like,
know he was
one
known as like a
tournament?
choker, and I know he choked quite a bit, but I don't know if that's the one or not. Norman, yeah, he had a 6-shot lead over Nick Faldo.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Faldo shot a 67 while Norman shot a 78.
Watching that unfold is, like, just one of the most remarkable, entertaining things I've ever seen. I'll put a link to it in the, post. Oh, man, I love
The
golf.
shock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Greg Norman was known famous for choking. Like that was like his thing.
Like A-Rod or worse?
Well, at least A-Rod won one, but
Yeah,
worse.
that's true, that's true. Aw, did Norman never win after that?
I don't know if he won after. I'm pretty sure he won a major though.
Okay, so at least it's you got, like, 1. Poor
Let me
guy.
let me
Yeah.
go to his Wikipedia.
I wonder if he laughs now, like, when he watches it, or if he's still
No,
can't
I'm
stomach.
sure he doesn't. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
I think so.
no. Oh yeah, he won twice. He won
Okay.
the Open Championship twice.
Did he win after that?
What I say 96?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he did not.
Aw.
He won so he's finished second twice in the US Open, twice in the PGA, 3 times in the Masters, and he won the Open Championship twice.
Okay.
So, I think there's a lot of chokes in those second place. I think that's what makes Jack Nicklaus like. That's another thing with Tiger. Like I never wanted him to pass Jack,
Mhm.
mainly because Jack was so consistent. Like if you look at he has the most wins of all time, but he also has like a mind-boggling amount of second place finishes in majors, and he was going up against probably better competition than Tiger was um, back
Ah,
then with like Arnold Palmer and stuff. Like,
these are old guys. You know how, like, the game changes over time.
yeah, I understand the game changes, but also equipment changes. Like they were using like wood
Yes,
shafts and
that's
stuff, so it's a different game. But I think like there was more legit all-time greats. Like basically, Tiger had Phil, maybe Ernie Els,
true.
VJ Singh. Like I don't put those in the
But
same breath.
now he's got all these young guys because, like, he resurrected. It's so freaking cool. Like, he
Now,
won
yeah,
for
did
Kepka, who I think is gonna be the next
he saved golf. If you want to say who did more for golf, Tiger, 100%.
100%.
100%.
Yep.
100%.
Although,
Who's a better
thing
champion player, more consistent? Jack. That's what
yes.
I'll go with.
Well,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see if Tiger keeps up his streak long enough to catch Jack, because it's
No.
possible.
Mm.
Tiger fans can hope.
You were gifted Masters. Like that was a gift. Like somebody just came down and said, I'm going to knock all these into the water. There you go. You're welcome. Didn't you bet on him on that
Okay,
too to
yes.
win?
Oh my god. Here's the best thing ever. So, I am, like, notorious for, lighting money on fire with, like, my futures bets, right?
Yeah.
Because I I love the odds. I'm like, "Well, I don't know, if
Yeah.
the Yankees
Big payouts. Yeah.
20 years, who cares? If I bet them at the beginning of the season, I'm making a ton of money." I did it probably like 9 months in advance, and I bet $50 and I won like 1,200.
Nice.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I'll never forget the person I was with was like, "Wow, you hate money, right?" And I was like, "Oh, I win, I win." It was amazing.
I bet a buddy that Tiger would not win a tournament. I think it was the year before that. He's like, he's gonna win. He's getting better. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. I'm like, I'll bet you, $100. He doesn't win a tournament all year. He's like, all right, done.
Didn't,
And
right?
that was, no, that was when he won that like FedEx Cup last tournament that had like 20 people in it. And I'm like, I don't even know if that should count because it's not a full field. I'm pretty sure we discussed that it has to be a full field. Yeah.
Well,
I think I'll watch this weekend though. I'll watch some of it. Is it all weekend or is it just one day?
no, it's Sunday. They're doing like Bleacher Report at 2 and tournament starts at 3.
Okay. On like ESPN or NBC or what?
I don't know, whatever
That's
it
what
is.
Google's for. Let me Google that for you.
I have like 19 golf channel subscriptions because I can't miss like 1 minute of Tiger playing ever. Like I'll be like, I'm so busy. I can't possibly like, visit my dying relative in the hospital, but like I'm definitely watching Tiger.
I'll I'll give the Irish goodbye to my grandma in the hospital so I can watch Tiger.
It was Mark's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, okay. That's the other thing we wanted to talk about. How was your birthday in quarantine?
I mean, it was about as bad as you would expect it to be.
What did you do?
Uh, I made a pizza with my new pizza oven, and
You look
I
amazing.
expected to get some nurturing and some like a foot rub or something, but Kirsten of course passed out when she put the kids to bed at like 8:30 at night. So I watched some Shameless by myself and went to bed ashamed. COVID life. Hashtag COVID life.
Really? That's what you wanted? A foot rub?
Well, like, just something like anything, like some adult time together.
Okay, so do you get like a IOU kind of thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It might have worked out in my favor. It might have been like, I don't get it now, but I get 20% more later.
Okay, so yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching Happy Hour with Bougie and Mark. We hope that you had as much fun as we did this week, and we will see you next week.
See you next week. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe.